Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am Cassandra Terry, your manifesting miracle maker, and it is Mindset Monday. Welcome to a new week. Early for those of us in the U.S. It's in this side of the U.S. I'm in the Austin, Texas area, and it is about 7 a.m. So it is early in the new week, and we're going to talk about mindset. And I have a quote for you. I was looking for it just a few minutes ago so I could get it right. Good morning, Bridget. Welcome. And the quote that I wanted to share with you guys, and I'm not it's this is not a direct quote because I read it last night and I can't find it to I intended to have it on my phone and read it to you guys this morning, but it goes something like this. A good beginning, um, if you have a good beginning, your end will not give you trouble. Something along those lines. And I was trying to, and it said it was a Cameroon proverb, which I really wanted to find because it's not hadn't been too long since I did my ancestry, and I've got some Cameroon in my DNA. So when I saw that, it really resonated. But I found quite a few other ones this morning that were along the same lines, but not exactly. And things like a good beginning and you're halfway home. And all of those are saying is the foundation, how you start a thing can be very predictive of how you will finish it. And when I talk about our start, our ultimate start is our mindset. And mindset is what we talk about on Monday. Why is our mindset our ultimate start? Good morning, Kim. I don't know if I recognized you yet this morning, but welcome. Our mindset is our ultimate start because it is the indicator of how we're thinking, particularly about how we're thinking about ourselves, but how we're thinking in general is our mindset. And as we think, we do. So if you think that you're worthy, if you think that you're capable, then you won't hesitate to take the actions that you need in order to have the things that you desire. And the opposite of that is true as well. If you think that you can't, if you think that you don't deserve it, if you have these negative thoughts floating around in your head about yourself, they are going to limit you. Those are self-limiting beliefs, and they will affect your actions as well. As a man thinketh, so he goes. So if you're thinking all of these horrible things about yourself, and a lot of times, the things that we think and say about ourselves, the majority of us would never say to another human being, "You are so stupid. I can't believe you did that. You don't ever get anything right." Those are the types of things that often play in our head when we simply made a mistake, when we simply didn't get things the way we had intended for them to go. And if we could stop that negative tape playing in our heads and go, well, that didn't go the way I thought. What do I need to do differently? What adjustments do I need to make? What did I learn from this? Now that experience is not wasted. It's an experience that you're learning from and that you take those lessons with you for the rest of your life. So when you try it again, when you try whatever that thing was the next time, you try it wiser than you were before because you've got that lesson of what didn't work to propel you forward, right? And so that's how we have to think about it. That's called a growth mindset. In a growth mindset, there's no real failure. There's winning, having success, or there's learning, which in and of itself is winning. So there's no room for this thing called failure and all this negative energy and beating ourselves up or doing the same thing to other people. What that does is it keeps you from learning the lesson because you're either embarrassed, you're ashamed that you did things didn't go well, or some quote unquote mistake that you made. So you push it down. You don't want to look at it. You don't want to talk about it. You definitely don't want to tell other people that it happened. And so all that learning that could have come from that situation down the drain, and you're destined to repeat it again until you get the lesson. We as humans, sometimes we end up on that rat wheel where we're just running, 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 running. We're working hard and we're getting absolutely nowhere. Why? Because all the lessons that life is trying to teach us, we're ignoring them. we're not stopping long enough to pick up those nuggets and incorporate those into our lives so that we can take a different direction. So don't be like the rat on the wheel. It's good to run, good for the heart, but you want to make sure you're going somewhere, that you have a clear destination, and that as things are unfolding, you're taking the lessons from those experiences and making the necessary adjustments. So I'll give you an example. It's 7 a.m. I've been up for about an hour or so. I can get up really early. I have no issue with getting up early. I also can stay up really, really late. No issue there. I can channel surf. I can get on my laptop and write and whatever. I'm good early in the morning and I'm good late at night. Around 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon every day, I'm exhausted. I've got nothing. The brain just doesn't work the same way that it does early in the morning and late at night. But a 15-minute power nap will recharge me and get me going again. So instead of me fussing at myself internally in the middle of the day and telling myself, you're such a loser, you can't even get through the workday. What would your boss think if they knew you were just kind of staring off into space or not making good decisions? You're yawning more than you're working. I can beat myself up easily. But what I did was I had a conversation with my manager and I was like, look, I tell him on a regular basis, I am exhausted. It's time for a power nap. I'm logging off. I'll be back within the next 15 to 30 minutes. And I'm honest with him. He's supportive of me because he would rather have a good employee who's making good decisions than someone who's zombie-like and just going through the motions because of the time of day. At 3 o'clock, most of us are on the clock. And so the expectation that we've set is that we'll be working and we'll be working at our best. That is not true for me. I need to step away for a little bit. It's not uncommon for me to walk out my front door with my phone and my headphones on, and I may do a meeting while I'm walking and talking. And because I have those types of conversations, not only with my employer, but with my staff, they know that they're free to do the same thing. So I create an environment where everyone is free to be honest and make good decisions for themselves. Because when we make good decisions for ourselves, then we're going to make those filter out to all the other aspects of our lives. I'm a lot less, what's the word I want to use? I get a little testy when I'm sleepy, when I'm tired. I don't know about y'all, but the maturity level and the ability to deal goes down the drain when I'm really sleepy. So my husband or my son may say something to me that's no big deal, but because I'm tired, I'm sleepy, I may just snap them right up. So that little nap helps my personal relationships too. But it definitely helps my job, because if I can step away for a few minutes and rest my brain, sometimes I don't even go to sleep. I just do nothing. I'll just relax for a little bit and let my brain rest. Then when I plug back in, I make better decisions. I am ready to go. So having the mindset and knowing yourself and taking care of yourself and creating an environment where that is okay is priceless. My team knows that if they need to step away and take care of something for them, their family, or for themselves, I am in 100% support of that, because I would rather have a whole focused individual than someone who's divided because I really need to run out and do this at my kid's school. Or by all means, go do it. Go see your child in the play. So because I am thinking about myself and my needs, it frees me up to also think about other people and their needs. And then the world gets a little bit better. My world is a little bit better because we're operating at a higher level. We're healthier. Our mindset's better. And think about the type of loyalty that creates. I am loyal to my boss because I know he's got my back. And I try to create an environment where my team feels the same way. I hope that they know, good, bad, or indifferent, however things come out, I have done the best that I can possibly do for them. And I think by the way we interact, that most of them feel that way. And so when it's time for us and we've got to do a little bit extra, the day gets a little bit longer, 5 o'clock is come and gone and we're still working. Most of the time we're doing that and we're laughing and talking and just getting stuff done because they know when they need for their day to be short, when they need to step away, that it's going to be okay. And so back to mindset. mindset is the, good morning, Franny. Mindset is the basis. Think about that as your foundation. It is going to inform you how to move and how to be. My favorite analogy is always the glass. And I said in one of my videos that you're the container, you're the glass. And are you living, in your opinion, a life that is half empty or half full? Only you can answer that question. And that's an internal answer, because sometimes we appear to be overflowing, but on the inside, we're not enjoying life at all. So somewhere there's a disconnect. And if you would take the time to get quiet with yourself and dig in, tap in, and understand what you're really feeling and why, then you're in a position to make the necessary adjustments to bring that all together. So how you appear and how you feel are in alignment. And if you are feeling and appearing to be less than what you desire, that's a starting point. It's okay. It's a starting point. I am not happy with how life is going right now. If that's your truth, sit in it, feel that, understand it, but don't allow it to put you down. You're not saying that because this is how your life has. All you're saying is, I need things to be a little bit differently. And when you're on autopilot, you don't think like that. You just go through the motions. You get up in the morning, you go through your day, you go to bed, and then you do it all over again. That's not the life that you deserve. You want to be so tapped in that you know at any point in time, are things going the way I would like them to or not? Either one's the right answer. You just have to be aware of what the answer is. And then if your mindset is okay, if you're in a position where you can stomach the answer without destroying yourself, then you can make some adjustments and go, okay, first of all, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm also not where I used to be. I may not have the job that I desire. I may not be living in the home that I want. That you fill in the blank, wherever the issue is for you, see it, and then realize you still come so far from where you were. And let that encourage you to keep going. And then you've got to get really clear about the end goal. Where would you like to be? Here I am. I'm at the mall. I'm looking for a destination, and I'm finding that star on the marquee that says you are here. You need to know that. You can't plot a good trip without knowing the starting point, right? So find that. Where are you putting that star on your marquee? I am here. Know that for information's sake, so that you can start to make the adjustments that you need to have the life that you desire. Don't beat yourself up for being there. Congratulate yourself for recognizing where you are. It could be in relationship. It could be in your personal life. It could be in your career, wherever, all those different places. I've got a wheel in my workbook that's kind of the wheel of life, and it breaks down life into like maybe 8 or so aspects. It kind of looks like a pizza. And in each one of those areas of life, there are opportunities for you to set goals and make adjustments and plot a plan to have something different down the road. So decide the area of your life, or the areas that you want to see something different. And then you've got to get really clear about what that something different is. I am here. I would like to be there. In between is where the work is. And that's where you get to plot your plan. You pull out pen and paper, and I am here. Write it down. I want to get there. Write it down. And then you start to that's your goal. And then you start to create a plan to achieve that goal. What do I have to do to get from point A to point B? From you are here to I have arrived at my destination. How do you do that? You start, so your destination is your goal. Then you say, how soon? How quickly do I want to get there? And be realistic about it, but also push yourself, because we can be like that rat on the wheel and just go and go and go and go and get absolutely nowhere. So you want to push a little bit and make it a little difficult. Give yourself a push, a challenge. How quickly do I want to get there? 6 months. Okay. This is February 20th. 6 months from now, February, March, April, May, June, July, August 20th. So August 20th, I have moved from here to there. In order for that to be a true statement, what do I have to do each of those months that I just counted off. What do I have to do? Six months, six big milestones along the way to get to the finish line. And then I decide what I'm going to do each month. I've got 4 to 5 weeks in each month. What am I going to do week 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 if I have it? Now you've taken this big goal that's going to take you at least 6 months to accomplish, and you've broken it down into bite-sized pieces so that you can start to tackle it. This is what you're moving towards. These are the steps that you're going to take to get there. And it's a lot easier to accomplish something that way because you actually have a plan. And guess what? I've decided here's what I'm going to do each week. All right, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Am I taking the weekend off, or are there weekend activities that I need to do as well? You decide. There's no wrong answer. It's your plan. And then you pick up your notebook. You pick up a cute pen. Mine's got a flower on it. You pick up your notebook and your pen and you say, here is what I am doing today. You start your day with a plan so that you know these are the things that I am going to do today that are going to propel me towards my goal. And you knock them off. And every time you check something off that list, you celebrate you. Because you're doing it, you're making it happen. And sometimes we wait for the celebration at the end. No. That might be the big celebration. But along the way, every time you knock something out, every time you make a good choice, you should be celebrating yourself. And then guess what? Your mind and your body gets accustomed to that. And before you know it, you're speaking life and celebration and happiness and joy over yourself and about yourself instead of the negative things that you've been saying. You rewrite your story. We're going to change the tape. If the tape that's playing in your head is holding you back, it's time to get a new song. If you have to write it, but change the music to something that you can walk through, to something that fits your rhythm, something that will get you where it is you're trying to go. And negative self-talk will not do that. It will stop you in your tracks every single time. Change the music. Make it something that works for you. All right. So thank you for joining with me this morning, Bridget and Kim. Before I drop, did you guys have any questions or anything that you want me to answer before we wrap it up? I'll give you a second to see if you're typing anything. But I think I summarized already. On this Mindset Monday, we are recognizing that our mindset is the beginning. And I shared a quote with you guys that was basically, if you begin well, you'll end well. If you have a good plan and you think it out and you break those steps down and work that plan, you will arrive at your destination. We're just talking about creating the roadmap. And in order to arrive at your destination and stick to your plan, you must believe that you are deserving. You must believe that you're capable. Have you guys ever thought about what it really means? I will inbox you the quote. I sure will. And Bridget, I'm going to try to find the original one that I read because that one was so good. If I don't find that one, I'll inbox you. I may inbox you a couple because there's quite a few that spoke to this. But all it's saying is start well. And I'm not talking about where your life started. There's some things that we just can't control. So how we started, where the situations we were born into, those sorts of things, we can't control those. But we can control what we do with that. Did it give you strength? Did it give you resilience? Did it teach you how to manage a hard time? Focus on what you've gotten from every situation, what you can learn from every situation, not so much on the pain of the situation. Because if you focus on the pain, you're going to continue to live with pain. But if you focus on the lesson, you're going to learn, you're going to adjust, and you're going to move faster towards the goal and accomplish more than you ever thought you could. So, Bridget, I will get that quote to you. And I think that does it for today, guys. We will wrap up our Mindset Monday. Thank you for joining. I know I saw Bridget, Kim, and Franny. Thank you, ladies, for being with me this morning. If you see this on replay, hashtag replay, and I will look for your comments and will respond to that as well. Otherwise, enjoy your Monday, your Mindset Monday, and I will see you tomorrow for Transformation Tuesday. You guys have a great day.